I'm Melissa Stevens, and you're joining me here today on the Fab15 for Monotype stamps. Today we're going to be working with encaustic on a hot plate, and then we're going to be utilizing rubber and wood stamps. I've not done this before, so it's an experiment, and we're going to do it together. Let's get creative. So in my last live stream, I did a whole demonstration on how to do encaustic monotypes. So if you're interested in seeing how that works and getting a fuller description on materials and tools, make sure that you tune in for that one on the encaustic edge. We're going to leap right into creating an encaustic monotype, and then we're going to experiment with the stamps. I'm going to start with these really awesome colors. These are encausticose colors, and it's their fluorescent set. They're really fun colors. So let's go ahead and start with that. My hot plate is set is about 150 degrees. And so it is melting really nicely. Right. And you can see when you put a color over the top of another color, there's no blending that's going on. It's just that pure color going in on top of the other one. I'll go ahead and do some here. I don't really have any particular pattern in mind. I'm just playing with color. This is really fun. I really dig this color. This is a phthalo green blue shade. And it is super mega bright. All right, so there is that. I'm going to go ahead and put my paper down over the top of the paint. I'm going to use the smooth side. You can see that print appearing immediately on the other side because the PVA paper is really thin and super absorbent. But just to make sure that it's sunk in there, I'm going to go ahead and use my newsprint paper and Baron. I'm using the newsprint because you can see from many other prints that I've done before it, I had to put that down to make sure that it wasn't going to leak onto my Baron. All right, so there's that. Let's go ahead and lift it. So it's almost like there's a little bit of translucency to that neon paint that I used, but that's okay because we're going to do some stamping. And how we're going to do that, we're going to try it a couple of different ways. I'm going to go ahead and leave my pattern there. The first way that I'm going to try is I'm going to come over here to the side and just get a little color going on my hot plate. And then I'm going to dip my stamp in there, and I'm going to use this one, and I'm just going to dip it in there and get it in there. And then I'm going to actually stamp on the design that I created. Again, no real design in mind, just playing with color and mark making. Okay, so there's some that are lighter and some that are heavier, and then I'm going to try and clean that off my rubber stamp using paper towel directly on the heat and just kind of rubbing it there. That should take care of it. There might be some trapped in there. If any of you guys have ideas about how to get wax off your rubber stamps, I am open to it. Kind of match this up. Ooh, now that's interesting. Okay, so that definitely made a stamp. The stamp is very evident there on the design. It shows up immediately on the back side, so I know it's on that front side. And you can see the darker ones are darker and the lighter ones are lighter. That makes sense, right? All right, so there's one way. I really like that. I wish I could kind of replicate that. Another way we're going to try and do this is by putting more color down onto this area where I've got the pattern. And then we're going to use this is a different rubber stamp, and we're going to try to use that extraction method, similar to using the paint pushers with the silicone tips. And we'll just see if that works. And we're going to go ahead, I'm going to use metallic. Going from neon to metallics. Very fun. I'm going to just go ahead and lay down a bunch of color. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run some texture through this. The color that I used is a bronze, iridescent bronze color. And then I'm gonna clean my brush a little bit because it's really dirty. I'm just setting it on the heat. It's silicone, so it won't burn and it won't melt. It can, I think silicone can, gosh, it can take like 400, 500 degrees. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but I know it can take a lot of heat. Let's take the polka dot one and see if we can rub off some of the, okay, this might work. It's kind of subtle, but, oh, maybe I need to clean in between. All right. Inventing new ways to clean as we do more printing. All right, so it's again very subtle, definitely making a pattern in the paint, and you can see where certain ones I've actually jiggled it a little bit and made a different kind of pattern. Maybe that's something that we can play with in the next one. So let's go ahead and pop that in on top of what we've got here. I'm going to go ahead and do it on the toothier side. So it's applying itself to a different side. Ooh, wow, that's cool. I love that immediate. It's just so instantaneous. You get that pattern. And it can just sit there until I'm ready. That's the other really nice thing. I don't need, there's no like super immediacy for me to have to rush to get it off of the palette, you know, for fear that it's going to melt or burn or whatever. It's just sitting there. So that is super cool. I'm really digging that. And so there's both sides of that, and they both have merit in my opinion. I'm not getting much of a metallic from that iridescent bronze, but it really is adding some really interesting visual texture to the print on both sides. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use some more of that green, phthalo green that we had before. I'm going to clean this off though. I'm going to get a clean paper towel. Again, like I said, not really any rhyme or reason, just looking to create some cool visual patterns and visual texture. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move this across the top and see what kind of that's kind of cool, right? I even do circles. That's pretty neat. I like that. All right, so I'm going to clean this. I kind of like this way of cleaning it, rubbing it against the paper with the heat. See what we end up with here. Okay, well, we may have taken this one a little too far for my taste, but let's go ahead and give it a little bit of pressure. you may have been better off restarting a new print. Well, okay, not too bad now that I've rubbed it in. Kind of interesting, right? Definitely get those circles. Okay, this side is a lot better for me. Getting a lot more of that visual texture in there. Kind of makes you dizzy. Ooh. Okay, so our prints from the start, those little swirlies, are kind of hidden now back there on the toothy side, but they're very visible still on this really smooth side. So that's an interesting part of that, whereas the swirls that we just created are much more evident on the toothy side and then much more subtle on the smooth side. So it all just depends on what you want to do with the print. So let's go ahead and start a new one. Oh, you know what I was going to do? I was going to do just color and then stamp on top and try it that way. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to just go in on top of the screen. And we're going to do this beautiful, this is Ancient Gold RNF encaustic paint, which is so luscious and beautiful. You're not getting half the shine in the video that I can see. It's almost hurting my eyes, but it is just so luscious and beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and just do some gold here. And then look at that beautiful gold green that it created on the block itself. It's super cool. You can clean your blocks off just adding a little heat and wipe it off with a paper towel, and it's no problem. Let's go ahead and let's try a wood stamp. I'm going to just set it there, and then I'm going to press the wood block print in. I'm not really seeing anything showing up. Maybe I needed to use like an actual color. I'm mostly coming off with wax on my wood block print. Let's try, this is a different pattern, kind of like a chevron pattern with the wood block. Maybe we'll see it on the other side, but right now I'm not seeing anything. Okay, all right, let's try the polka dotted rubber stamp and see if we get anything there. Nope. Okay, well, this is an experiment after all. So let's go ahead. I've got this lino block that, it's not lino, it's the speedball that I just carved with a linoleum block print. So let's go ahead and do some of these, retract in a pattern here. And now, mind you, the paint is molten, so it's going to move because it's hot. And so that pattern might get softer as I continue adding more design to this pattern block. All right, so let's do the circle again. And you can see my stamp is taking on a new persona with all this color without me cleaning in between. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just that for a bit, and I'm going to pop that right on top there. And you can see it come up right away on this other side. It looks, that retraction method seems to really work well after you finish stamping, but there's still a lot of really great detail there. I'm just using my hand. It's 150 degrees, so it's not super hot. So that is really cool, and we got some really great stamping going there. Ooh, and this side is awesome with the gold. Ah, me likey. Do you see that gold? And then you've got the pattern in there too. So those lines were much more subtle on there. They're coming out much better here. Oh, there you go. You've got a little more contrast there now. These completely disappeared, but just that block of color and the way that the gold got pushed out to the edges is really interesting, the way that it's spread on the paper. And then you've got more stamping here, and you can even see it almost made a bar where I slid the blue across there, and it outlined itself essentially. So it's super cool. So that is my experiment for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you will experiment yourself using your own stamps and your own tools. I want to remind you, I am here to get creative with you, and it's as much fun for me to watch along with you and comment. And I hope that you'll hit the like button below and that you'll subscribe. I will see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.